Your personal style is way, way closer than you think. I've spent the last year on this channel trying to get closer to my personal style, sort of stripping away the layers, getting to know myself better. And I feel like my personal style has always been right there with me every step of the way. But the reason I've been frustrated is because I've been resisting myself. I've been resisting what's actually true for me. And I feel like I just wanted to pack a little bit today of how we can actually execute on our personal style so that it doesn't just live on our Pinterest boards, live in our saved folder in our phone, but actually comes into our real life and onto our body so that we can wear the things that we know we want to be wearing, the things that make us feel confident, the things that make us feel our best. We've been doing a series here on the channel called 30 Days to Better Style, but I think I should have almost called it 30 Days to Authentic Personal Style, because I think we have just so much comparison and so much like constant striving to make ourselves better, to become the best version of ourselves. And I kind of just want my voice on this channel to be more of like a calm within the storm, not just another personal style channel that's trying to make you feel like you're not good enough as you are and like you must do better, you know, like a report card from school. And I think with so much focus on social media, of course, like we always have eyeballs on other people, on their style, on their lifestyle. What's she doing? What's she doing? And it's sort of inevitable that we have this comparison happening between ourselves and other people that we see online. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about how we can bring our personal style to life, how we can stop comparing ourselves to others, and how we can start feeling a little bit more confident and happy in the style that we already have. I also think that I've finally sorted out our Discord community. I'm such a Discord newbie. I've never been on that platform before, but I really wanted to start a community for us to start sharing photos with each other, sharing hauls, sharing outfits, and like kind of getting to know each other a bit more face to face, a bit more personally. So if you'd like to join up for our Light Hearts community, it is live on Discord and I have the link down below. We'll figure it out together, right? Because I need your guys' help. I can't do it alone, but I do want to connect you more on a personal basis and like see what you guys are up to as well. So if you're interested, links are below. All right, let's dive in, because this is how to actually execute your personal style, how to bring your personal style to life in real life. The first thing that I wanted to say is that you must start outfit repeating. You have to keep recreating the outfits that you've already worn before, but that you also love. Like if you felt good in an outfit, you have to wear it again. Like you have to find a way to make that outfit work for you again, whether it's with the exact same pieces head to toe, or whether you've just realized, ooh, I love that color combination together, or I love a more fitted silhouette on top and a looser silhouette on bottom. Find ways that you can recreate the outfits that you already love, because this is how we truly dial in on our personal style. This is how we get closer to our personal style, how we get comfortable wearing the pieces that are in our wardrobe, and how we really just sort of start to discover what is the essence of my personal signature style. If you are re-wearing the same outfit again and again, chances are like that's your style. That's something that you feel comfortable wearing. That's something that you feel confident wearing. I think outfit repeating can get a lot of flack sometimes. One, because again, we have our eyes on social media. We kind of want to look new and fresh and come up with something new, come up with something exciting that nobody's ever seen before, you know? But the true mark of having personal style and signature style is that you have these outfits and these uniforms that you're actually known for. Like, think of Audrey Hepburn. You can straight away think of the pieces that she would be wearing, the outfits that she would be wearing. She wasn't changing her style up every single day. To me, I feel like this means that our favorite outfits are usually centered around our keystones. I've done a video all about that, how to choose your signature pieces for your wardrobe. Watch that if you haven't already. But again, this is how we evolve our style. This is how we become more resilient to external factors in our wardrobe, because if we're loving what we're wearing, if we're re-wearing what we're wearing, and if we're becoming more and more attached to the pieces that are in our wardrobe, it's almost like they're our little best friends. They're our little like support community of clothes. And so we go to our wardrobe to be inspired rather than constantly feeling like our wardrobe is unfulfilling, like we don't have enough, like there's nothing to wear. But the more that you outfit repeat, the more like gratitude that you have for your wardrobe, the more appreciation you have for what you already own, and the more like, the more competent you actually become at putting together outfits with what you already have. I kind of like to think about this as like the kitchen analogy. Like if you went into your kitchen and you're like, there's nothing to eat, there's only ingredients in here. Like you have to know how to put those ingredients together to create a beautiful and delicious meal. And it's the same with your wardrobe. Like your clothes are just ingredients, and you need to figure out the ways to put them together in your favorite recipes that you can just repeat week on week. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you know you're just going to have a combination that's delicious, that's fulfilling, and that you can sort of rely on when you're like, I don't have a lot of creativity going on in my brain. I've got a busy week this week. I already know I have my meal recipes prepped. I have my outfit recipes prepped, and like, I'm good to go. Speaking of recreating outfits, you have to start documenting your outfits. I will not be taking any excuses, okay? I'm not just saying this because I want to see your outfits on my Discord server. I also want you guys to have this like tangible evidence of what an outfit actually looked like when you put it onto your body, because trust me, you will look back in a few months' time and be like, either, wow, I looked so good in that and I did not feel like I looked that good at the time, or you could be like, I thought I looked great and that outfit is like not doing it for me. We tend to get outfit blindness, one, and number two, we tend to forget exactly how those pieces went together when we created that outfit. We have this idea, of course I'm going to remember, it's my favorite t-shirt, it's my favorite pair of jeans, and then 6 months later you find that pair of jeans like hiding at the bottom of your wardrobe, you haven't worn them for a while, and you forget how you used to love styling them. So you have to have your photos on hand so you can look back and be like, oh yes, excellent outfit, brilliant outfit, maybe a not so good outfit. And all of that is such good information to have when you're trying to dial in on your personal style, when you're trying to figure out what looks good on you, and when you're trying to also then come around to recreating outfits in the same season next year. It's very, very easy to get carried away with like summer dressing, and then autumn comes around and it's like we're stumped. We completely forgot how to get dressed for autumn because we've been used to the season that we're actually in. So if you have photos from your outfits from this time last year, oh yes, I remember, this coat brings everything together. This pair of shoes is the most comfortable thing that goes with everything, etc., etc. Another thing is that taking outfit photos keeps you a little bit accountable, okay? I'm calling you out a little bit here, and myself too, but if you're not taking photos of your outfit, like, did it really happen? You know, you can kind of get away with having like a slubby day, having like a I didn't put in too much effort day, and then before you know it, your personal style is on the slide, and like you're not even putting effort into your outfits anymore. So if you're taking photos, it's keeping you accountable. You have information to look back on in like months' times, and also you have this extra benefit of it making you more inward focused than outward focused. We see so many images of other women wearing other clothes, wearing outfits that are not our outfits, wearing wardrobes that are not our wardrobes. We need to be fighting back against the constant onslaught of social media images with images of our own self. You need to be consuming content that you have created of yourself. Trust me, just trust me. It's a game changer. You start to be inspired by your own creativity. You start to be inspired by the clothes that you know you actually already own, rather than constantly seeing images of someone else, constantly wanting clothes that you don't have, constantly wanting a style that you don't have or a lifestyle that you don't have. You start to romanticize your lifestyle. You start to romanticize your wardrobe. And then, yes, you just sort of give your subconscious a way to sort of absorb your own personal style, because we're constantly seeing other people. So why not put ourselves into the mix as well, right? Next, you really need to set aside some time to play and experiment with your wardrobe. It's all very well to say like outfit repeat and stuff, but especially if you're starting more from scratch, you don't really know what looks good on you. You're still sort of trying to figure out how to style things together in your wardrobe. It can be very helpful to set aside some time. It doesn't have to be too much, to just play with what you already own, like especially if it's an item that you're finding quite tricky to style, or you don't know how the colors are going to go together with everything else that you have in your wardrobe. Pick that piece out of your wardrobe, get it off the hangers and onto your body, and just experiment. Like, give yourself tons of leeway. Everything goes in this playtime. Try it on with like every single top that you have, or like try it on with every pair of shoes that you have. And it starts to get you a little bit brainstorming, and you really start to see, what are the gaps in my wardrobe? What are the ways that I like to pair things together? What are the color combinations that really draw me in? What are the things that frustrate me most about my clothes? And maybe I can, be educated by that and try and find something different, a different silhouette, a different kind of fabric. This is all about you getting to know yourself really deeply, and also having fun and appreciating your wardrobe along the way. Colors, textures, proportions, styles, there's so much that you can learn simply by taking your clothes out of your wardrobe and just putting them on your body in different combinations. Take photos even if you're not wearing them out of the house, because then you can refer back to it later and use it as outfit inspiration. You're welcome. I also feel like we can refer to our mood boards when we're getting ready, either when we're preparing our outfits for the week coming in ahead, or if it's sort of like a last minute scramble, you don't know what to put together. Having a mood board on hand, and I'm not talking about having a big long list of saved images on your folder on your phone. I'm talking about one mood board that you can see at a glance. You're not going to have to scroll anywhere away from it. It's just one image, and then picking out one element from that image that's going to inspire you for your style today. It could be, okay, it's autumn, I'm focusing on autumn colors. That's what's going to inspire my outfit. We don't have to think about, I want to be inspired by this outfit, this pair of shoes, this, color palette, and this blah, 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 blah. It gets very overwhelming the more inspiration that we're trying to fit into our brain at the same time. You can't wear your whole wardrobe at once. You can only wear one outfit at a time. So choose something for today that is bite-sized, that's manageable, but then also that sort of gives you a spark and something to work from, so that you don't feel like you're starting from a completely blank slate. Lastly, don't leave it up to chance. If you have watched like an inspiring YouTube video recently and you really want to implement one of the style tips that you've learned or you've just like heard of, please make it a very, very time-bound thing. Like, don't be like, I'll remember that for later. Like, decide that you're going to implement that style trick immediately. Put it in your outfits this week. If you've been inspired by an image on Pinterest, see how you can incorporate it into your outfits this week. It's too often that we gather inspiration and we gather inspiration and we gather inspiration and we never go ahead and implement the inspiration into our style. To me, this is the worst downfall of social media, is that it creates this other false reality, this false perception of we've seen someone else do it, and we also have this idea of like, because we've seen her do it, we feel like we have already also done that in our own lives. But then when we come into the reality of like being away from a screen, being away from our phone, we still aren't executing our personal style the way that we want to. We still aren't implementing those style tips. We're just consuming what other people have done, but we're not actually bringing it into real life and taking the actions that make us actually have our personal style. I recommend often on this channel like taking social media detoxes and stuff like that. I'm not going to harp on about that today, but I do recommend, other than social media detoxes, which you can do if you want to do, I really encourage you to actually implement style tips, style inspiration into your actual everyday style. Because how else are we going to know if it's going to work for us in our style? How else are we going to actually move our personal style forward? It's not going to move forward by us pinning loads of images on Pinterest. It's not going to move forward by us endlessly scrolling and seeing what other people are doing. It's only going to move forward by us taking actual steps in our real life with our real clothes, taking it away from the online space and into the in real life space. And of course, you don't have to make it like a one size fits all. Everything that other people are offering in the online space and the style community spaces that we all love and enjoy, it's really meant to be sort of like a little spark, a little starting point. Nobody ever said that you have to dress head to toe like somebody else, or you have to implement their style advice like 100%. take what works for you and then find your own ways. Like, make your own rules, make your own little advice and style tips. Shoot, start your own YouTube channel. Highly recommend. So fun. And yes, especially if you have a favorite piece of inspiration or something that's been like in the back of your mind, ooh, I'd love to try that, please try and implement it in your actual personal style as soon as possible. And then either you integrate it and it becomes part of your style, or you realize, no, it didn't work for me. But it's not just going to be taking up mental space. It's not going to be taking up space on your Pinterest boards. It's either going to be something that is serving you because it really works well for you, or it's serving you because you've learned that it doesn't work for you at all. And both ways, that's incredibly valuable. I could sit here and chat to you guys forever and ever, but I seriously am battling such a sore throat right now. So I'm going to leave the video here for today, and I'm so excited to see you again in our next video, which might be a pack with me for Paris and London. I can't believe I'm saying these words out loud. I'm so excited for my upcoming trip. If you have any requests or recommendations for content that you'd like to see from me, whether short form, long form like this, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. I love to get feedback from you guys and see, whether you're vibing with what I'm creating. Thanks so much for spending some of your day here with me today. If you're not subscribed, I hope you'll subscribe and join our community. Again, our Discord server is going to be down below, and I feel so grown up that I've created a little community like this. I'm so excited to see how close we can get as a community over there. So that's really exciting to me. Anyway, that's all for today, and I will talk to you so soon in my next video. Bye.